a lot of us, it's like rubber bands. Like we get to our limit and we just pop it. You're like you got it in you. It's just you don't want to feel that uncomfortable.
Right.
Look, if you don't know who you are, and you allow the devil to trick you out of your identity, you won't be able to keep what you got. So you got it, but you ain't gonna be able to keep it. If you not getting to your promise, you're not using your faith correctly. So this is what will happen. You will settle for what's better, but it's not your promise.
just can't.
You don't understand.
You always have all the answers?
No.
No? But what if?
I can't.
I don't have time.
I don't think that's for me.
I don't want to. I hear God too.
You don't know what I've been through.
I'm in it.
A smile on my face, it doesn't mean that life is perfect.
When I look at my pastors, I see human beings.
It means that I appreciate what I have and what I have been blessed with.
I choose to be happy. I see human beings with a strong call, a call that requires more than just the average.
Pastorship is a great gift that can never be bought or sold.
But a call that a 9 to 5 could not afford.
But its priceless value can never amount to a mountain made of gold.
They balance two different families, though they still connect.
For gold, it can be cold. You can't see it. You can't hear it. Preach, better yet, teach.
Their hearts are like gold, coated with love, a love that never gives up.
Its powerless value can never amount to the mind change that a pastor gives.
They continue over and over and over again, yet they never walk away.
They have ears to receive and a heart to understand how you was created from the master's hand.
I see real Christians that are spirit-led in everything that they do.
For their gift is greater than what anyone can just do.
Though their hearts have been broken into pieces, crushed, bruised, and rejected, their golden love never fades.
So
They are the power couple.
Hashtag relationship goals. Hashtag the real Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Placed on the mantelpiece.
Welcome to Believe Worship Center. How may we serve you?
Serving, and once you take your mind off of the things that you're going through, and you say, God, listen, I don't care. My mind, I'm focused. I got a whole lot of questions. I'm confused on certain things. But if you come to a realization, you come to an agreement with yourself, and you say, I don't know, but I'm gonna try this out. I'm gonna try this trusting thing out. I'm gonna try this God thing out. I'm gonna try this Jesus thing out. And once you get into that mindset, I promise you your life gonna start changing. Y'all believe that?
Yes.
So, guys, I got a word for you. Before we get into it, I just want to pray real quick. Father, I thank you for this opportunity that you have given me to speak to your people, God. Open their hearts, Father, open their minds, open their thoughts to be able to hear everything that I have to say, everything that you have to say, Father. I ask that you help me to be able to articulate everything that I need to say to them. Help me to be able to minister to them specifically in whatever they need. Holy Spirit, we welcome you here. We welcome you here to be able to help them to relate to the things that I say. Help them to be able to take it and make it applicable to their life. And Jesus, we thank you in advance. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Woo! Are y'all ready?
Yes.
Y'all ready? Yeah. Okay, so look y'all. Look y'all. So the name of this whole theme is No Limit Worship, right? So we don't want no limit or anything, and then we're talking about worship. Worship is like a really broad word. Like when it comes to worship, there's so many aspects that comes to worship. And a lot of people don't understand that worship is literally the center of your whole life. Yeah. Me growing up, I used to always think that the word worship just means the slow part of the service, like the slow song out of the 3 songs. That's what I thought worship was. When you say praise, that was the fast song, and then worship was the slow song. Somebody mentioned worship service, I'm like, everybody gonna be laid out, we gonna be singing Amazing Grace. I was at work the other day, and the lady said, y'all need to start singing Amazing Grace. I said, girl, for real? She's like, yeah, that's the song. I said, all right, girl, we gonna get it together. So, worship is not the slow part, this slow song necessarily, even though you can worship in the slow song, okay? So, guys, I got a title, okay? If you know me, you've ever seen me speak, titles is my main thing. If I don't got a title, I ain't got nothing. I gotta have a title, okay? So, I came up with this title. It took me about 4 or 5 weeks to come up with this one title. But guys, the title of my message is Gain
of Thrones. Game of Thrones. Just let that sink in. That's the title. It's Game of Thrones. You got music in the background, making it sound all suspense. The Game of Thrones. So who here have ever seen Game of Thrones? Yeah, me either. So obviously I'm not gonna be talking about the movie, but I just thought that name Game of Thrones was just so good for what I'm gonna speak today. So the title of Game of Thrones, and then like the subtitle I guess would be What's Flying Your Ship? Now y'all help me throughout this whole message because I'm trying not to cuss when I say shit, because I'm saying a lot of times. And if I slip, y'all plead the blood. I ain't gonna say y'all. But so Game of Thrones, what's controlling you, and then what's flying your ship, okay? So, I got a clip. Before we go into the clip though, I just want you to know that worship is your will and honor to the Father, okay? Worship is your will, the honor to your Father. And the thing about worship is like I said, it's not a song, it's not the sole part in the service, but worship is whatever sitting in your throne. Okay? That's what the worship is. And the thing about worship, I can make an example for this because at a point in time in my life, worship for me was like basketball. Worship for me was like money, because that was what was in my throne. That was what I was giving worth to. That was the only thing that was in my mind, especially money. A lot of people can relate to money, so I just say money. And the thing about money is, when it comes to worship, you make time for what you worship.
That's right.
Yeah, that's good.
You probably wouldn't, you wouldn't think that you are, but it's like unconsciously you will make time for whatever you worship. So that right there should like automatically bring up little flags in your head. So like, what am I making time for? That's something that you can automatically detect. Am I giving my worth to that? You see what I'm saying? So it don't have to just be money. It can be your children.
Right.
It can be your uncle that's in jail or something. Or it can be anything. It's what are you giving your worth to? What's at your throne, okay? So I was watching this movie the other day, and it's called Inside Out. Anybody ever seen Inside Out? Yeah. That movie, I went to the movies to go see that by myself. Why did I go to see by myself? I don't know. I like cartoons, so don't judge me. But so I went to go see Inside Out, and this movie was just like so crazy. It had so many revelations in it. Like if it was up to me, we watching that movie today, like during the service. Like that whole movie was crazy. So I got a clip from the movie that I want to show you guys. Cause it just like really goes into what I'm talking about today, okay? So I'm just giving you a couple of things just to remember as we go into this clip that we're gonna watch. Worship has to be expressed.
Right. That's good. Come on.
Worship has to be expressed.
That's good.
If we don't see the worth, then it's not worship. It's like you can say you like money all day, but if I don't see you trying to get money, if I don't that you got money, or if I don't see nothing concerning money, then obviously I'm just be like, well, he really don't mean that. Worship, you have to express it.
Yes.
And it's going to show out through your life.
Yes.
Worship is going to, it's going to pour out your pores. Like, you're going to understand. You're going to know. You can be able to tell what somebody is giving their worth to easily by you can just watch them for a day.
Yeah, come
You know
on.
what I'm saying? You can just like learn. You can learn what people give their worth to. Okay, so you got the clip for me. So we're gonna watch this clip real quick, and I want y'all to really pay attention to the clip. I'm gonna bring out some stuff in the clip, and I'll just really pay attention to it because this like blew my mind when I watched it for the second time. All right, so we're gonna watch it real quick.
Very nice. Okay, looks like you got this. Very good. Oh, that's right, turn. Ah, look out!
That's Fear. He's really good at keeping Riley safe.
Easy, huh? Hi, back! Oh, we're good. We're good. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And we're back.
Here we go. All right, open.
This looks new.
Think it's safe?
What is it?
Okay, caution. There is a dangerous smell, people. Hold on, what is that?
This is disgust. She basically keeps Riley from being poisoned, physically and socially.
That is not brightly colored or shaped like a dinosaur. Hold on, guys. It's broccoli! Yeah! Well, I just saved saved our lives. Yeah, you're welcome.
Riley, if you don't eat your dinner, you're not gonna get any dessert.
Wait, did he just say we couldn't have dessert?
That's anger. He cares very deeply about things being fair.
So that's how you want to play it, old man? No dessert? Oh, sure. We'll eat our dinner right after you eat this.
Right. Here comes an airplane.
Oh, airplane. We got an airplane, everybody.
And you've met Sadness. She... I'm not actually sure what she does. And I've checked, there's no place for her to go, so she's good. We're good. It's all great.
So y'all like, what did I just watch? Okay, so the concept of the movie is the little girl, where it says everybody has, basically the little girl has, but what's happening is in her mind, it's all these different, and I love the creator of this movie. What he did is he broke down every emotion that you had, and he made it like the control center in your mind. So they were the control center of the little girl. So we had, they had fear, they had disgust, they had anger, and they had sadness. And as you can see, when the fear came, when she was hesitating to see if she should go over the cord or not, it said that fear keeps her safe. And I just want to start right there. And that was going in her mind, and it was just showing how these different, how she was reacting to certain things according to her emotions. So when fear came up, she said that's what keeps her safe. So that's one thing that she was relying on. She was relying on fear. And you see how messed up that is? Fear kept her safe. You see how that deception, y'all like, well, like, then to keep her safe, but the thing about it is fear, if fear is at your throne, and that's what you're driven by, then, I mean, we can just kind of just look at our life now, just like, it's certain things that I haven't went into because of fear. I haven't trusted God because of fear. I didn't go for that job because of fear. I didn't finish school because of fear. I didn't go talk to that girl because of the fear. and it's all fear. And they say that fear kept her safe. It kept you safe, but what is fear keeping you from?
At what point?
Come on. That's right.
Like you're not opening yourself to God, and God is not at your throne, so the fear is being driven, and it's keeping you from a lot of things, and you just think it's just playing it safe. But really, you're just lateral. You're on one. You're staying consistent in one thing, and you're not leveling up in any type of way. See what I'm saying? Fear of tapping into something else. Fear of coming out of your traditions. Fear of coming out of religion. You see what I'm saying? What is fear keeping you from? And when fear is at your throne, that is what you're worshiping. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's just fear. So the second one, it said disgust. Disgust. When the broccoli was trying to go in her mouth, that's when disgust came up. It says that it keeps her from being poisoned physically and mentally. Now it was broccoli. It was broccoli. And look what it says. It says it keeps her from being poisoned. Physically and mentally. It was broccoli. What is broccoli? Broccoli is good for you. I don't know all the details in broccoli, but I'm pretty sure what do make your teeth stronger or something. That carrots, I don't know. Broccoli does good. It's good for you. Broccoli does something good for you. I don't know. Whatever. It's good for you. It's good for you. The only thing that's not good for you is asparagus. Don't eat that. It's nasty. Don't do it. Oh, you like it? But look, it said that the broccoli they were trying to put in her mouth, they said that it kept her from being poisoned. So whatever you don't like, are you automatically pushing it away because you don't like it?
Come on now.
like, it's disgust in your throne.
Come on.
If that's the one that's sitting in your throne, it's disgust, it's whatever you don't like. If that was sitting in your throne because you don't like feeling uncomfortable.
Right. Excellent.
Come on.
So when your apostle and prophet is stretching you, and you know you're going to feel uncomfortable, when somebody's trying to push you to do something, you know that it's going to be good for you, but you know you got to put more work into it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Like when you want to change, but you don't want to completely change.
Right.
Because you don't like it, because you know you're going to have to stop doing certain stuff, because you might not be with all the other friends, you might not be the in crowd, you just might not be popular because you don't like it.
Yes.
But the broccoli was good for you.
Yes, it was.
But you take it as a poison.
Come on. Right. That's good.
That's disgust. Wow. Third one, it was anger. Yeah. It said that anger cares about things being fair. Oh my goodness.
Come on.
It said anger cares about things being fair.
Come on, that is petty.
Do you see what I'm saying? It's like that's our problem now. Just worry about yourself.
Come on.
Like you worry about everybody else. It's just like I remember I was looking at one of my old messages and it was talking about Adam and Eve when they ate the apple and they were all of a sudden they just knew they became knowledgeable of good and wrong. So when they ate the apple, he saw that she was naked like all of a sudden, right? And then what happened was, once they ate the apple, I forgot where I was going when I was eating, when I was just saying this, but it's gonna come back.
Holy Spirit, bring it back to you.
Right, where is it? Oh, okay, so look. So he was eating the apple, and when they saw the nakedness in her, he just like, ugh, like you're naked. Like, go get some clothes on. And then she saw that he was naked, and it's just like, we out here seeing everybody else naked, but don't see yourself naked.
Come on. Right. Come on. Come on. That's good. That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, anger cares about everything being fair.
Come on now.
Like, if you start following Jesus and things going bad, but everybody else doing what the world doing, but they doing good, you like, it's not fair that they prospering like this and I'm not getting what they getting because of the steps that I gotta take. Right. Do you understand? Once you come into being, once you say that I want to follow you, Jesus Christ, salvation, all of those things, it's another way you have to live.
Right.
So that means the things that the world may get successful in, or the things that they may get, it's not going to work for you.
Right.
Because you're up under another jurisdiction.
Come on. Right.
You see what I'm saying? I keep going, because I got some. Dang. Okay. Sadness. Sadness. This was the best part. She said sadness. He's like, the last part is like, womp, womp, womp. It says sadness. And then she was like, well, it's really no place for her.
Come on now.
It's like we looked everywhere.
Come on.
They said we don't know her purpose. We don't know what she's here for.
That's right.
So that's self-explanatory. Let's keep going because somebody put 10 minutes for me. All right. Okay, let's get to oh my goodness, let's get to some good stuff. All right. Okay, so put up that the picture I showed you. Whoever seen Meet Dave? Yeah. Meet Dave, it was Eddie Murphy, and basically like they were controlling his body. I think he first came to America, something like that. Anyway, so Eddie Murphy is right there, but really they're inside of Eddie Murphy's brain. So it's like a robot. Okay, so like it's like me right here, but like they in my mind right now. It's kind of similar to the Inside Out, okay? So it's similar to that. So it's like me, but then a bunch of them right here. So Eddie Murphy, the one who's right here, he's the one who's controlling everybody else, okay? So everyone behind them basically has a specific area that they control. So your throne, that's the throne right there, okay? So really typically what we try to express to you guys 24/7, 24-ever is that God should be on your throne.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
So bring up the next one. So, but everything else is around you, right? So we got pride, we got thoughts, we got feelings, money, emotions, and success. Now, am I saying this stuff is wrong? It's bad. No, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's nothing. We have thoughts, we have feelings, we have emotions. We all want to be successful. You take pride in whatever you do. It's a negative and positive to that. But the thing is, what's in the seat of the captain?
Right.
Like, the question mark should be God, but it's your emotions right there. Are you switching out the emotions with God and putting God with emotions and putting emotions where the captain is at? Because you're no longer being driven by God, like he'd be your second go-to person.
Yes.
Right? But let's get some word to it. Okay, so all these things that you are letting come into your mind, letting sit at your throne, they are called idols. Okay? It brings deception.
Yes.
You are easily deceived when you let those things sit in your throne. Easily. It brings deception. So it be situations that happen that you would think is a good thing, but because you are blinded and you don't understand that God is not the one at your throne, you would be deceived. You would think that it's good, but it's really bad. Right. Why? Because it's not being driven by God. Emotions is cool when it's being driven by God. Yeah. But emotions not cool when God is being driven by your emotions. Right. When you flip it. Okay? So let's go to Exodus, the 20th chapter. And we're going to read 4 through 6. And go to the NLT version, the New Living Translation. Exodus 20, 4 through 6. And we're going to pick up the pace. Y'all ready?
Come on now.
We got that? All right, everybody get that? Your iPhones, your smartphones, dumb phones. iPhone. I know you didn't say Android. This church is a house of apples. What?
Glory.
This church is a house of apples. We apple everything. Steve Jobs is like the foundation of our church. Like, what's wrong with him? So we got it, Exodus 20, 4 through 6. If you ain't got it, I'm going to read it real quick. Just make sure y'all listening.
Amen.
What did I say?
Exodus 4:20.
Exodus 20, 4 through 6. NLT. Alright, got it. So, Exodus 20, 4 through 6, it says, "You must not make yourself an idol of any kind or an image of anything in the heavens or on the earth or in the sea." It says, "You must not bow down to them or worship them, for I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, who will not tolerate your affection for any other gods." He said he will not tolerate your affection. And when I looked up that word, I said, what does affection mean? And affection means your mental state. He will not tolerate your mental state. Whatever you're putting your worth into, whatever you're thinking, your thoughts, whatever you're saying, whatever affection that you're giving towards it. So it's like we've been using money. So money. If you are putting everything filtered through money, and that's what's driving you, God is saying that if you think of money so much, the thing that I give you, that the thing that you can have so much of, he said that's become an idol, right? Right. Now let's keep going. Let's go to 2 Kings 17, and I guess we can. What we got back there? We can go to the NIV so everybody can read it. I want everybody to be able to read this. 2 Kings, the 17th chapter, verse 32. Y'all still with me?
Yes. Amen.
We there?
Yes.
Okay. All right, cool. Let's read it together. It says, "They worship the Lord,
but they also appointed all sorts of their own people to affiliate them as priests."
and the shrines at the high places.
Okay, let's pause. So let me get y'all up to date of what's happening. So right now, what is happening is basically this was during the time when God delivered the people, the Israelites, from Pharaoh. Y'all know that story? Like, let my people go, and basically they was in bondage, and he said let them go, and all this different type of stuff. So God delivered them, put them in the promised land, and then they started acting up, doing all types of stuff. So what they did is they said, okay, so we're going to hire someone to come in and teach us how to worship. Okay, so these are the other people that came in to help them to learn how to worship, right? So it said that they worship the Lord, but they also appointed all sorts of their own people to officiate for them as priests and shrines at the high places. Go to the next one. Look at the next verse. Let's read it. To this day, they persist in their former practices. They neither worship the Lord nor
adhere to the decrees and regulations, the laws and commands that the Lord gave the descendants of Jacob, whom he named Israel.
Okay, cool. Let's stop right there. So what's happening is, what happens when you get in a situation where you want to worship both? You want to do what God said, but you also want to do what you say.
That's right. Right, yeah.
Like when you get in that place where it's like, I'm going to follow him Monday, Tuesday, but Wednesday and Thursday, you know, that's me and my friends' night. You know what I'm saying? But I got you when we come back Friday. What happens when you want to serve two gods?
Wow. Yes.
And the thing about it is, he doesn't want to be worshipped with other things. Because, look at this. Idol hinders your worship to God.
Right. Yes, it does.
It distracts you. It puts a distortion on how you can be able to give your worship to God. It doesn't allow you to freely give your all to God.
Right.
Because what is worship? It comes from your will. It's what you will to do. And the thing about it is, God is like, it said it already in there. It said that God is a jealous God. So I got a little demonstration for you guys, so y'all can kind of get what I'm saying, okay? So because I want y'all to be able to relate to the things I'm saying, okay? So let's bring back that picture of the control center. So I'll take the music blocks real quick. Judah, come here real quick. See, that did my little brother. I know I can use him for anything. I talk about him a lot. He can't hoop, so that had nothing to do with this. Okay, so look, y'all. So these things right here is wood. We're not gonna look at it like it's wood, okay? We're gonna look at it like it's y'all. Okay? So
Okay.
so the things that we worship, I need a chair too. This is the throne. Boom. Okay? This is the control center. Okay? This is where God is supposed to be at. Okay? This is where he's supposed to be sitting. Okay?
Amen.
Right? So, we got money. Okay? Money. It's a block. Success. We want to be successful. Right? Worrying. Worrying. Because that's a big thing. Fear. This is why we don't step out on a lot of things.
Yeah.
Pain. We scared that somebody gonna hurt us. Because something that happened in the past. That uncle, that brother, that sister, or that relationship that didn't go well.
That's good.
So now when it comes to anything that has to do with relationship, even with God,
Wow.
you hesitate.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Unforgiveness. You don't want to forgive that person. You don't want to forgive that situation.
Right.
So it's a lot of things that's holding you back from you moving forward. Unforgiveness. Some of y'all just straight up stubborn. 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 I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. Y'all hard-headed. All y'all. But anyway, so y'all got this. Big one. Pride.
Yes, absolutely.
Y'all don't want to listen to nobody. Y'all think y'all right all the time. And it's just like nobody can't tell you nothing. Like you tell them the sky is blue, they still say it's red. It's blue. It's blue. It's blue. Right? That's one thing. We got our job. We got our kids. Our family. Right? So all of these things, we're using this. And what we're doing is we're taking the trust issues, the fears, the unforgiveness, the not wanting to step out and trust. What we're doing is we're setting it in the throne.
Ooh, that's good.
And we're not even just letting one control, but we're letting all of them just do what they want.
Right.
But the thing about the throne is only one thing is supposed to be sitting there.
Right.
Would y'all trust an airplane if two people was lapped up on an airplane? Would y'all trust that? You go into the front. Hi, everybody. I just want to check everything. Is he sitting on your lap? We're like in the air. Get him out your lap. It's just like you're not gonna trust that. Like it's only meant for one person to sit there.
That's good.
And we got fear. We got trust issues. We got relationship problems. We got pride. We got our job that's sitting there. We got our family. We got our kids because we said that we got money in there, and we said like all of these things is just in the throne and it's controlling everything you do. And then we got God sitting over here just watching you like, when you gonna invite me in at the table?
Amen.
Amen. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
And what's happening is, instead of using the things like money, using the things like success, not a bad thing. Using the things like emotion, feeling, pride.
Right. Oh.
Instead of taking these things and letting it be used to uplift. Yeah, there you go. Uplift God.
That's all right.
When you let Him take control of your trust issues, you let Him take control of your pride, you let Him take control of your emotions, you let Him take control of your success, you let Him take control of your kids, you let Him take control of your job, you let Him take control of your marriage issues. If you let God sit in your throne and let Him guide your ships, your fear ships, your feeling ships, your emotion ships, all of them ships. Got you feeling like, no, just playing. Listen. If y'all take all of that and let God be the one who controls your ship, guess how much life would be so much better for you.
That's right.
And it's a story, and I'm here, and it's a story in the Bible. It talks about how when Peter, you know when Jesus walked on water, you know about that one? And what happened was Peter, Jesus was out praying. He told him to go on the boat, and he told him, listen, y'all go ahead. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to pray real quick. So Jesus got up that afternoon or evening, and he saw that the boat was out already. So he said, so, you know, I got to get to the boat. So he decided to walk on water. It's like, what? So he was walking towards the boat. And Peter was hesitant. He's like, hey, yo, Peter, look. So just picture this. You're on the boat. It's misty. It's dark. Got the waters. And he just sees somebody walking towards you. So all the disciples on the boat, they're like, hey, yo, look. Is that who we think it is? We're like, and he's like, no. He's like, it might be Jesus. So it was like, I don't know. So Peter decided to go, and he said, well, listen. He called out. He said, Jesus, if it's you, tell me to come.
Right.
And this was just an amazing part that I didn't realize that is said in the Bible. And Jesus replied, he said, come. But what was so great about that is he didn't say, come Peter.
No, that's right.
Anybody could have came.
That's right.
Wow. That's good.
Right.
Anybody on that boat could have walked on the water.
Yes.
So like this is Jesus saying right now, even though that one person that may be a Christian that you know, or that one person that may be in your life, it's not just him that can come to him.
That's right.
He said, come. One last thing, and we can stand on this one. I want us to go to Proverbs 4. No, go to Psalms 34, verse 9, and go to the Message version. And I spoke a sermon and it was talking about how we settle for a lot of things, but we don't settle for the promise.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We settle for what's good, we settle for what's better, but we don't settle for what God wants in your life. So let's read this together. It says, worship God if you want the best.
Yeah. Worship.
It says, worship opens doors to all goodness. Let's stop right there. It says, worship God if you want the best. You can worship success and you can get good. You can be successful, but it won't last long. Why? Because you're not worshiping God.
Yeah.
So it's not the best. So if success is not the best, that means there's something more to that. Because you can be successful for 1 year and then be broke the next day. But if you worship God, you get the best. You can be successful and be successful forever on. So that's why it says worship God if you want the best. And then it says, worship opens the doors to all goodness. If you would just allow God just to talk to you, just allow God to just take some of the problems that you may be going through. If you just allow God, and the thing about it is, we just think that God just this big old dude who come to you at night, or he'll just talk to you directly, but God uses people also. It be that person in your ear telling you just need to trust God. Maybe you should try God. Maybe you should just come away from the things that you've been thinking of yourself, because it's not getting you nowhere. Or you see yourself getting in cycles. I was talking to somebody the other day. I said the worst thing you can do is quit. That's the worst thing you can do is quit. When you stop trying, you have given the enemy victory. You would try God for a couple of days, and then somebody say something to you, and you get mad. So you say, man, forget it. You get mad at the person, but God has to reap the things that the person did, and it's not God. My plea to you guys is to allow God to come on your throne. Give him a chance. Like, just let him come in. Let him control your ship.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like if you worship God, if you understand that you get the best outcome. Like if you really believe that if you don't follow your fears, if you don't follow the trust issues, if you allow God to come and open the door and pour out his blessing to you, if you don't allow people to come and talk to you, because that's where we go wrong too. We let everybody say anything to you. I mean, we let everybody in your doors, you let everybody in your house, and God is saying, listen, you're too open. And that's when you get distracted. That's when you start getting deceived. All things like that. So all eyes closed, our heads bowed. Father, we thank you, Lord.